May 29, as we can see, Bola Ahmed Tinubu will be sworn in as president of Nigeria. And after he has been sworn in, then what happens? What next? Go to court, go to court, go to court. We hear people are in court. What will come out of that court? How will the courts decide? The days ahead will be clearly very interesting.
Hi guys, e don boom everywhere for social media as Bola Ahmed Tinubu is back to Nigeria, telling Nigerians that he is healthy and hearty. Rufai and Dr. Ruben has come out to use more to finish Bola Ahmed Tinubu and all the APC members. Guys, without wasting much of our time, make una watch this video and hear it from the horse's mouth, and don't forget to share your thought with us.
Truth has to be said. Welcome, Mr. President-elect. But in my reaction, based on the issues on ground, I would like to ask, what kind of country do we want to build? Want to build a country of public morality, or want to be build a joke or a charade? Do we want to be a country of forthright people and forthright leaders that we can ask questions of accountability, or want to build a country of child's play akin to chalky hopscotch? Because I see that's what we're trying to build. We're trying to build a child's play of circus. In a country that has been inundated with a lot of crisis, that has a bad image internationally, I think leaders coming clean on dual nationality shouldn't be a big deal, despite the Constitution. The question is, did it perjure? Did he declare it in his INEC form? That's the bone of contention here. We know what the Nigerian Constitution says. Once you have the Nigerian passport first, yes, you can take another nationality. But was it fully declared? It's a question of morality. So when people raise questions like that, I don't think that Nigerians should not have a right to raise questions like that. And a due explanation needs to be made. Because we forget that this leader is our leader now. He's public property. Just like questions about his health, no matter how much he comes out to say, I am 100%, it will not go away until we get authenticated medical reports. That's what leaders in sane climes do. But it's such a big deal here that till today we don't even know what killed Umar Musa Yar'Adua, a sitting president. Some places we already had pericarditis, some Chong-Strauss syndrome, and we lack that accountability. Some people say cultural. No, I beg to differ. We decided to learn this kind of culture. What is culture? The outlook of a group of people over a period of time. Are we saying that our historical African heritage didn't have accountability? We did. It's just clear accountability questions. And it is that same accountability we demand from people in governance. And I hope I'm giving time to expatiate on this. It is that kind of accountability we should demand from people in governance, because it is that accountability at which we will look at this administration and scrutinize everything it does. Nobody has got anything against his administration. He does well, I will be his greatest praise singer. He doesn't do well, I will be here to call out those accountability questions every single day. So to be able to rest this, the president-elect could also avail of his medical record. There's no big deal about it. You're public property now. Moving one step further, concerning all the problems he has, the truth has to be said. He now needs to deploy every resource possible to be able to ensure that he fulfills those promises. Because you see, every single day, we will reiterate those promises he made in those over 80-page documents he released as a manifesto. We'll be waiting here for the student loans. We'll be waiting here for the 12% economic growth. Already yesterday, one of his surrogates is already changing. He said it's cumulative 12% growth. That's how it starts. Just like how in 2015 they told us 4 million jobs every year. And afterwards, they now remind us that, oh, it is the states too that should create jobs. Enough of this hanky-panky we play with Nigerians, because Nigerians are suffering so much. And we can't have a state that works for few people. The reason for the problems we have in Nigeria today is because the state works for a few people over the other people suffering. And that's why I ask, what country do you want to build? Public morality? Public accountability, or want to be the joke and a praise-singing republic? Oh, everything is good. go ahead. You see, we allow some things in Nigeria, and it's very decadent about us. It is only in Nigeria here was like promoted on trial. A child failed. He's failed. Stop promoted on trial. Right, ongoing power struggle in Sudan between rival forces has triggered desperate scramble for foreign governments to evacuate their citizens. Well, here in Nigeria, the government says it has finalized plans to get more than 5,500 of its people out of Sudan by road. But many Nigerians stranded in Sudan accuse the government of acting slowly. Okay, Ayo, your quick take on Sudan.
Well, very quickly, yesterday we discussed this, and we have been talking about this in terms of the Sudan crisis, but in focus this morning is Nigeria's response, especially for our citizens in Sudan. We have had some calls from Nigerians who live in Sudan who have asked that the government come to their rescue, as other governments around the world have done. International, different parts of the world, we have had government responses to get their people out of the crisis situation in Sudan. It would interest some people to note, according to the NIDCOM chairperson, Honorable Abike Dabiri, that we have about 3 million Nigerians living in Sudan. And actually corroborated by the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Mr. Jeffrey Onyema, that Sudan actually has one of the highest number of Nigerian migrants in the world. And it's very easy to understand. When we spoke with Professor Bolaji Akinyemi, he had talked about the fact that because a number of people went by road en route to Sudan to Saudi Arabia for Hajj, they ended up settling there. Also, Mr. Onyema cited the fact that Sudan has a good educational system, and so Nigerians take advantage of that. So this justifies the number of people. Therefore, if they're saying they're rescuing only 5,500 Nigerians or evacuating 5,500 Nigerians out of the 3 million that are there, what then happens to the over 2 million Nigerians, 2.5 million Nigerians who are there? It's commendable that the government is making efforts to ensure that we evacuate our people from Sudan back home, especially the foreign workers, our diplomats who are there, their family members who are there, who are on official assignments. Other countries have done so. I believe that the response could have been quicker. However, we must still say that we want them back home safe and sound, and also to commend private sector operatives like Air Peace, Mr. Alan Onyema, who've also made efforts to evacuate Nigerians who are living in Sudan. Thank you. So,